agency, other UN agencies to reach out to such needy people? And question to Mr. President, you have seen already these areas in the last 2 days. What is the response of the federal government? Thank you.
For your question, United Nations Food Program and all other agencies, UNDP, UNICEF, UNHCR, and they have been mobilizing from day one. I have dispatched my special envoy for Pakistan, Mr. Repair, immediately. And we had a very good assessment. But at the initial stage of this crisis, this response or initial assessment might have not been sufficient, but we have been providing at least 1 million people food and drinking water. Our target is to provide at least 6 to 8 million people safe drinking water and food as soon as possible. Now, whole world is now standing behind Pakistani people. Therefore, it's important that on the occasion of my visit, I'm going to report this to the General Assembly of the United Nations on Thursday, August 19th, and there will be another occasions to discuss how international community can further strengthen this delivery system and accelerating assistance during the time of a General Assembly. Therefore, I think the whole United Nations and international communities are ready to help.
I think what I have seen and what I have been monitoring from the first day it started, the government of Pakistan has responded very responsibly. I think the Prime Minister has personally visited every province and every area. I think the Army Chief is out, the Naval Chief is out, the Navy is out, the Army is out, the Rangers are out, the police are out, party workers are out, all the political forces are together in this tragedy. And I would appeal to the press to understand the magnitude of the issue. The magnitude is so spread out that we've requested China to drop food for 40,000 or 25,000 people which are beyond our reach. We cannot reach those mountains. The magnitude of the problem, the world has never seen such a disaster, is much beyond anybody's imagination. So the response is according to everybody's imagination. Wherever I've called, wherever I've gone, wherever I've talked about it, everybody has responded. And this is a long-term affair. It's a 2 years campaign. We have to consider that and keep that in mind. For 2 years, we've got to give them crop fertilizers, we've got to give them seed, we've got to look after them, feed them for 2 years to bring them back to where they were. And they will still not be where they were. So God willing, inshallah ta'ala, Pakistan has always, we have always been a generous nation. We have always opened our hearts to our own nation. And I will personally appeal with the Prime Minister, have a meeting with the businessmen of Pakistan. We've approached them. They are ready. Everybody is ready. It's just a question of visibility, availability, water going down, people to get there, roads to get there. So inshallah, we will make our nation through these crises also, and we'll make it stronger. Thank you.
If I may just add one more thing, is that the Pakistani government's Prime Minister and Ministers of Foreign Affairs and Interior, they have assured the United Nations that to facilitate the easy access of delivery by the international humanitarian workers, they would issue visas for humanitarian workers and NGOs on arrival for 3 months. I'm very much grateful for this very speedy actions which will really facilitate easy and speedy flow of delivery items, humanitarian items.
Well, and I also here thank Ambassador Haroon for convincing the Secretary General and for coming with him to Pakistan. I think, gentlemen, the Secretary General is tired.
Well, one last question, if you allow, Mr. President.
It's enough now.
Excellency, just want a clarification. You have earlier announced $460 million US. Do you think after visiting yourself Pakistan's disaster and the situation, that on Thursday when you are going to report in the General Assembly, there would be more need for Pakistan, particularly infrastructure development? This is to you. Tahir Rathore from Sama Television.
When this appeal was launched last Wednesday, we have announced that it would be necessary to raise $460 million for coming 90 days for immediate and urgent humanitarian assistance. I believe that we are now in the stage of humanitarian assistance, rescue, and relief. Then as time goes by, while we help those displaced persons and many other people who need immediate humanitarian assistance, we will have to think about as a second stage and third stage reconciliation, rehabilitation and reconstruction. That we will continue to discuss with international community. My report to the General Assembly on Thursday will help, first of all, understand the magnitude and necessity of Pakistani people and what needs to be done more. Then we are now discussing a possibility of convening a high-level meeting on the margins of Millennium Development Goals Summit meeting in September in the United Nations. And there will be another high-level meeting, ministerial meeting, on October 15th in Brussels, Belgium. All these important occasions will provide us a very good opportunity for international community to discuss what needs to be done further. I'm sure that as time goes by, this reconstruction of infrastructure and whole this system will be discussed. So thank you very much.
Including the needs assessment.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.